You're watching League Mag, and we are here on the second day of the ESL One, and with me, obviously, I have Sansu. Now, we had some interesting matches yesterday. Off the top of your head, what were like the major offsets, surprises, things like that that kind of hit you?
Definitely seeing Vici Gaming go out in such a convincing fashion against EG. We've grown very accustomed to seeing Vici Gaming, even in the finals of a lot of tournaments this year. And the fact that we lose them in the first round, that's heartbreaking in many ways. But they're hitting that slump, and let's hope they can actually get out of that. The other game that was really interesting was the Cloud9 versus IG game, and that was a bit of a coin flip. We didn't really know which way it would go, and even in terms of inside the games, it could have gone either way, and that was really heartbreaking to see Cloud9 be eliminated, because a lot of people were a lot of people here are fans of that team.
So obviously you've kind of spoiled that a bit, but the teams that went on to today, I mean, who do we expect to see facing it off today? Who made it past the bracket, so to speak?
The first game is going to be VP versus EG, and that is one of those games where we don't actually know how they match up. And I think anyone who says they really know what's going to happen in that one is, yeah, lying. The other one is going to be IG versus Secret, and that one I think a lot of people have a better handle on. Secret is just dominant right now, so I think a lot of people are expecting Secret to take that one.
Speaking of knowing and not knowing and coin tosses and all this, that obviously brings us into prediction territory, which is always interesting. What are your predictions for today? I mean, what should we be looking forward to? Are there any trick plays? Are there any aces up their sleeves, so to speak? And what matches should prove to be particularly interesting?
I really liked sort of thinking back to yesterday's games. What Secret did in their second game against Fnatic, the Tusk, Bloodseeker, and Techies lineup, that sort of throws people off,
He finds that kill. He goes for the disruptor, but you got the blink dagger now on Mushy, jumping in on S4 with the tombstone down. S4 doesn't really have a lot of mana here. He does, however, have one a courier kill and two an Aegis to the Immortal. So they find themselves a kill. They try to drag them back up to the mines, and now Walrus punch up with the shards. They isolate Ohio, protect him inside the snowball. The cops might go down, and now they come out. They're so low with the shadow wave damage. They kill up Clockwork. S4 still alive. Remember, he's got Aegis the Immortal. Kuro glimmercates himself away safety on 22 life. Now they blink scream in, but you're approaching death, Mushy. The BKB, half a second, it's gonna go, and boom! 4 heroes down, about to be 5. Johnny Orkin, if the snowball comes in, it's all 5 dead. The Sonic Wave reaches in from KYXY. S4 will drop, but it's a trap! They're in on KYXY. Double Kaggers, do they want to throw it down? Multiplies coming in, no! Oh my! Triple kill for Koro! Miles all round.
They looked so dominant with that combination of heroes, which isn't by any means, well, Tusk is becoming pretty popular, but it's by no means a default lineup. So that throws off how you draft against them, and that for me means so much in terms of they're going to have a drafting advantage for the rest of the tournament. Every team is going to have to be thinking about, can we actually afford to give them Bloodseeker, because they haven't really lost with Bloodseeker. They can run it in 2 different positions. They can run it as a 4 position, or they can run it as a core. So Secret definitely my favorites against IG. I think EG is probably, EG tends to pick up steam and learn a lot during tournaments. And while I really like VP, I think that EG is probably the more adaptive and the team that has more depth. So hopefully we get EG versus Secret in the finals. I think that's sort of an ideal final in terms of who the best teams going into this event were. And in that matchup, right now the balance seems to go to Secret.
So that will be your prediction for the overall thing?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we're looking forward to it. Stay tuned with leakmag.com. Ta. Like what you see? Why not subscribe to the magazine at leakmag.com?